Good morning everyone, I am Ayushka Joshi and I am here to present my article analysis activity of subject business research methodology. First of all, my article was about social media and entrepreneurship, exploring the impact of social media use of startups on their entrepreneurial orientation and opportunities. The authors of this article were Troyes, Stana, Alpitani, M. and Lee K.Y. It was published in Journal of Small Business and Enterprise Development. The link of DOI is inserted here, so we can check it out later. So the purpose of the article is to examine how social media use affects the entrepreneurial potential and orientation of startups. It's the purpose of this article is also to add to the information systems literature by investigating the influence of social media use in entrepreneurship. It basically means that we are trying to study more about the effects of social media in entrepreneurial orientation. So what were the research questions that I was trying to find answer to? Some of the questions were: how does social media use affect the entrepreneurial opportunity of startups? What is the relationship between social media use and entrepreneurial orientation in new businesses? And also I wanted to explore more about the specific impacts of social media on entrepreneurial orientation and opportunities in startups. So what theories were used in the articles? So in figuring out how social media impacts the under startups, the theories included in the article that made it easier to understand was resource-based view, entrepreneurial orientation, social network theory, information processing theory. So let's get started with the what is meant by resource-based view theory. Resource-based view theory is basically that resources can be a competitive advantage for startups, and secondly, entrepreneurial orientation theory discusses about strategic orientation towards entrepreneurship, and social network theory means that social media helps build network and relationships, as a result of which entrepreneurs can recognize new partners and opportunities. And information processing theory posits that social media helps in effective information processing, which helps in identifying threats and opportunities. Research methodology. The research methodology used in this article are sample selection, focus on startups, data analysis, and data collection. First of all, the article has taken a sample size of 296 Italian startups, and the method for the selection of sample was convenience sampling approach, which means that according to the availability and ease of the writer and the business startups, the article was written, the analysis was done. For the analysis method, PLS-SM approach was used, and the focus was on medium-sized companies which are well established. So let's talk about variables. So what are variables? Variables are the factors that somehow affect the entrepreneurial orientation, or they may or may not affect the entrepreneurial orientation. We can see that on independent variables are social media. Independent variable is social media use. It means that it does not anything does not affect the social media use factor. So dependent variables are entrepreneur orientation, opportunity development, and organizational creativity. It means that these variables are dependent on use of social media. social media impact, the use of social media can affect the opportunity that can be recognized by entrepreneurs on their journey. It can also affect the entrepreneur orientation, like how they can how they how they have a proactive nature or risk-taking nature, and how they want to perceive or work their business out. And it also social media use also affects their organizational creativity, as use of social media can enhance the creativity, which can ultimately lead to opportunities and development of the business. So here we can also see there is a moderating variable, that means that is innovation adoption. It is basically how startups can use innovation and technology through the and social media use, which can directly affect the entrepreneur orientation. So the measurement strategy used in the article for the for understanding understanding how effective their survey was, is survey, like how they measured their strategy was survey based measurement strategy. They used questionnaire, they used pilot testing in about 37 Italian startups. They also used 5-point Likert scale. Findings. The findings of this article were that the study discovered that social media use has significant beneficial impact on entrepreneurial opportunities in startups. It means that social media, the findings were that social media obviously had an impact on entrepreneurial opportunity, that in opportunity recognition and use of opportunities for enhancing their businesses. It actually showed that social media platforms can help in the identification and exploitation of entrepreneurial opportunities within startup business. But the study also found that social media use has no direct impact on startups entrepreneur orientation. It also demonstrates the importance of the links between social media use, entrepreneurial orientation, and entrepreneurial chances in the context of Italian startups. It means that there was a link of social media use and entrepreneurial chances in Italian startups. And overall, the study's findings highlight the positive influence of social media use on entrepreneurial prospects, and underlining the significance of using social media platforms. It basically the findings of this paper was about how social media influences the entrepreneurial startups, which has a positive impact, especially when the use of social media can help identify the opportunities within their businesses. So according to my knowledge, what I found in this paper in terms of strength and weaknesses, where strength, there was empirical evidence, practical implication, and innovative framework, which means that they analyzed many past papers, and then came to the conclusion that social media does have effect on entrepreneurial opportunities. Practical implication means that they actually went and surveyed 297 Italian startups to understand data, to collect data and then analyze it after. An innovative framework means they used questionnaire design in an innovative way, so that their article was well understood and was filled with evidences that supported what was written in the paper. And the weaknesses were the limited generalizability, as this survey for the article was conducted only in Italian startups. It was limited generalization and response rate. The article mentioned that it has a 31% response rate. That means the remaining percentage means that there wasn't involvement of other startups. So it may or may not so the findings of the articles may or may not be relevant to other startups. So additional suggestions for this article to address the gap can be cross-cultural studies, collaborative research, industry-specific investigation, experimental studies. Because this article was totally about Italian startups, we can also use cross-cultural studies like in other startups of other countries to understand more about the gap between and social media and entrepreneurial opportunities. And furthermore, collaborative research between industries of startups. There can be different startups working in different kind of industries, such as education or resale or retail, and many more, which can add to our understanding of social media use in entrepreneurial opportunities. So here are some of the references that I used to understand more about this article. Thank you.